Hello, Digital One students. I'm Professor O'Donoghue and welcome to my course. I am so glad to have you this semester. It is going to be an interesting semester, but we're going to make the best of it. One thing that you should know up front is that anytime you come on campus, you must wear a mask. It is required. You will not be allowed into the classroom if it's a face-to-face class or into the lab without a mask. We all have to do our part to keep our community safe and COVID-free. All right, so let's dive into the class. First of all, this is the home page, okay? And so by now, you should know that you should check your announcements daily. This is how I communicate with you. And so just make sure you check your announcements daily. The first thing you want to do is go to the Start Here folder, okay? It has the course introduction video, which you are listening to right now. It has your schedule. It has the syllabus. It has your lab kit. Everyone should get a OneDrive app because you are going to have to create files that you don't want to keep recreating if you can work smart. And so if you can save them in your cloud storage, you don't have to worry about carrying around a flash drive. Okay. So first of all, let's look at the schedule. This class has a lot of information, and the key is to schedule your time effectively. Okay. So notice that you have stuff due almost every day of the week, so keep that in mind. Also keep in mind that you may have a lab that is due on a Saturday. If you are planning on doing your labs on campus, the labs are not open on Saturday. They're not even open on Friday. So it is to your advantage to buy the lab kit because that way you can do your labs and then you can get checked off on Microsoft Teams. You can do your labs at home and you can get checked off on Microsoft Teams. But just keep in mind, regardless of when the lab is open, the due date is the due date. So you need to make sure you work that out and get your labs in by the due date and get them checked off. They must be checked off by the lab tutor in order for you to get credit. Okay. The lectures, if you are in the hybrid class, we will meet the first week and then the lectures will be on Microsoft Teams from then on. If you are in the online class, the lectures will be on Microsoft Teams. You can join us on Thursdays at 2:30 or you can watch them asynchronously. If you're in the hybrid class, you are expected to join the class every week on Microsoft Teams. So make sure you understand what type of class you're in. Okay, so that's the schedule. Now, as a lot of you know, if you have been in this program for a while, that you will also be able to see your assignments on the calendar. But keep in mind that sometimes the Blackboard calendar doesn't always work correctly. So make sure you look at that physical file and compare it to the calendar. Syllabus, I will let you pretty much go over the syllabus on your own. You're a college student, so it is unnecessary for me to have to sit here and read it to you. I will just go over a couple of highlights, which are my office hours are Monday and Friday. Alrighty. Monday and Friday. Oh, here we go. From 10 to 1 and Wednesday from 2 to 6. All appointments will be virtual, so you will have to make an appointment with me and we will meet that way. The lab kit. So these are the lab supplies you will need in order to do your labs at home. There is a pre-packaged kit available at Electronic Express, and we'll click on that in a few. I don't know why it's not working. Where you can just go there and they have all of this available for you, I think for like $42. You also have to have a multimeter. I'm expecting that you got that in intro, but if you didn't, you will need a handheld multimeter. Then let's just talk about the grades. So your lab assignments are 50%, your homework is 20%, Your communication participation is 15%, and also included in that are your tutorial labs. That's still a part of communication. And then your tests and exams are 15%. Okay. The rest of it, I'll let you go through and read that at your leisure, but make sure you do read it. Okay, like I said, there is a prepackaged kit that you can order from Electronic Express. If you click on that link, you can go there. It's $42.50. You can get it. Okay. It doesn't have the multimeter though. Keep that in mind. So that's how you get your supplies. I already said you should get a OneDrive. Okay, this is your no-show assignment. You must complete this assignment by Saturday, I believe, in order to get credit, in order to stay in this course. If you don't complete this assignment, then that tells us you want to be dropped from the course, and you will be dropped from the course. So please, after you finish listening and looking at this video and reviewing the course schedule and the syllabus, go ahead and take the course introduction quiz if you know you want to stay in the course. So the labs. So the labs are not going to be open as frequently as they have in the past because of COVID. So as you can see from the schedule, North Metro is open 3 days a week. Marietta is open 3 days a week. Okay, so that's if you want to go to the lab on campus and do your lab work. Online is open Monday through Saturday from 9 to 10:30. So regardless of what type of course you are in, you can always do your labs at home and get them checked off online. But they do have to get checked off regardless. And even when tutors are in the lab, there is always someone online as well. So you can get tutoring. So please take advantage of these resources. It is very helpful. And we do it through Microsoft Teams, and I just love that app. It has been really good for students since March, and for me as well. Okay, so keep that in mind. In the labs, you can't sit next to anyone. We will be social distancing. If you are taking a hybrid course on that first day when we meet, we will be social distancing. So we will be following all CDC guidelines to stay safe. Okay, to make an appointment with me, you will have to come here and you will make the appointment. There is an assignment that you have to make an appointment with me for advisement sometime in October. This is how you would do it. If you have any issues or any problems, make that appointment with me. You can also call me. My campus phone will forward to my cell phone. So that's another way to reach me, or email me. That always works as well. So let's talk about the lessons real quick. So first of all, there are some how-to videos. So we have some different videos on how to do certain things. Okay. Check here if you have some problems and you don't know how to do something. You definitely need to look at this, how to use Microsoft Teams, because that is what we are going to be using throughout the semester. And that is what you will use to connect with the tutors and submit work to get it checked off by the tutors. Okay. Make sure you look at this how to determine circuit function as well. I'll talk about that more, but many people don't get this right in their lab documentation and they get a lot of points taken off. So I want you to get the most points possible. All right, so let's go to lessons where all the meat of the course is. Okay, so your quizzes, your tests, exams will be completed at home this semester. You will have a certain time frame when you have to complete the test, but it will be done at home. We will not be doing it in the lab. We're trying to keep the number of people in the lab down. Okay, so I think next week there is a introduction video. Maybe that's the communication assignment. It's an introduction presentation. Just make sure for that you put in pictures so I can see who you are, so I can know who you are, since we're doing a lot of stuff virtually. All right, let's go back one more. All right, let's go to test one material. Okay, so the first lab that you're going to do is going to be the lab orientation. Okay, so We have videos and tutorials. We have the lab kit, documentation, guidelines, all of this stuff that you really need to go through. You need to go through all the material in these folders so that you are well informed. For your orientation, what will you be doing? Okay. You'll be using Quartus 2 to make logic diagrams, because that's a part of your documentation that you have to turn in. You'll be using Fritzing to make chip diagrams, and you can ask any other questions that you need to, okay? So that is going to be the first lab assignment that you have. It's going to be the lab orientation. Alrighty, let's go back. And then I will talk more about the lab documentation and how to write it, because I'm very specific about how it needs to be written. All right, so just remember, if you had me before, and I think everyone's classes are structured like this, when it comes to the material, there is no book. So to get your lecture, there is a video. Also, I will do lectures, and there will be lecture videos on Teams. Okay, but that is what you look at before you attempt your homework. Then there are also lecture notes. So if you're in the hybrid class, we will go over the lecture notes. That's what the lecture will consist of. If you're in the online class, you could try to fill out the lectures on your own, or you can just look at the completed lectures. All right, then you have your homework. All right, so the homework is due by the due date, okay? I don't take late work, so after the homework due date passes, the homework will disappear, and then you will see the practice work. Okay, and then you have class assignments, and regardless of whether you meet for class or not, there are class assignments that have to be completed. If you don't meet for class, then you watch the lecture asynchronously, and then you complete the class assignment. So this concept didn't have a class assignment, but a lot of them do. So keep that in mind. Okay, and so basically that is about all that I really need to go over in Blackboard for now. The other key is just Microsoft Teams. So let's just look at Teams real quick. So to use Teams, you don't have to have a webcam, so keep that in mind. So when you go to Teams, you will see two teams. You will see this ECET tutoring team and this Digital One team, okay? Digital One is where we will have our online lectures. You go to the online lecture channel, and this is where we will do that, okay? So that's how you do the online lectures. To speak with the tutor or to get your lab checked off, you go to the ECET tutoring and you go to the online tutoring. Okay, so look right here. Charlotte is on already. So say you wanted to get a lab checked off, or you had a question for Charlotte. What you would do is you would click join. Okay, if I click join, and I can click join now. Hey Charlotte.
Hello.
Good morning. You're being video recorded. So alright, so this is Charlotte. She's one of the lab tutors, and if you needed to get your lab checked off, you could come into her session and she could check you off. If you wanted to share something on your screen, you would just click the share tray, and then once she's helped you and she has you checked off or she's answered your question, you click this little red hang up. Bye Charlotte. And you leave, okay? So that's how it works, okay? So it's pretty simple. It's really great. I love it. Okay, and so if you didn't want to join her session, you could just type in a question right here and you could get your question answered, okay? So this is Microsoft Teams. It is so innovative, and this is what we will be using. All right, well, this is a long video, so we're going to stop it right now. Please reach out if you have any questions, any issues, and have a great semester. Bye.